Good evening and welcome to the channel's studios here in London with your international news around the world in 5.
Well, good morning, everybody.
The US Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth has called US strikes on Iranian nuclear sites at the weekend historically successful. Speaking at a Pentagon news conference, Hegseth cited various assessments, including from the CIA and the UN's nuclear watchdog.
In the name of God, the most gracious, the most merciful.
It comes hours after Iran's supreme leader gave a statement to the nation, his first video message since the US strikes, saying the US had failed to achieve anything significant by attacking Iran's nuclear facilities and accusing Donald Trump of an unusually exaggerated account of what happened. In a post on X, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei also claimed victory over Israel and said Iran delivered a heavy slap to the US in airstrikes on its military base in Qatar. New footage has also been released of the US strikes on Iran's nuclear sites.
Because of decisive military action, President Trump created the conditions to end the war, decimating, choose your word, obliterating, destroying Iran's nuclear capabilities. How about the Israeli Atomic Energy Commission? The devastating U.S. strikes on Fordow destroyed the site's critical infrastructure and rendered the enrichment facility inoperable. Here's the head of the UN Atomic Energy Agency this morning, Rafael Grossi. U.S. and Israeli strikes caused enormous damage to Iran's nuclear sites.
A senior Hamas official has said that mediators have intensified their efforts to broker a new ceasefire and hostage release deal in Gaza, but the negotiations with Israel remain stalled. The comments came as US President Donald Trump said great progress was being made since Israel and Iran ended their 12-day war on Tuesday, and that his envoy Steve Witkoff thought an agreement between Israel and Hamas was very close. Israeli attacks across Gaza have killed at least 45 Palestinians in the last 24 hours, including some who were seeking aid. Meanwhile, the Israeli military announced that 7 soldiers had been killed in a bomb attack claimed by Hamas. US President Donald Trump has also called for Israel to pardon Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, who is on trial for alleged corruption. The Israeli Prime Minister denies charges of bribery, fraud and a breach of trust, for which he has been on trial since 2020. Israel's main opposition leader criticised Trump's statement, saying he should not intervene in a legal process in an independent state. 29 children who were taking their school exams in the Central African Republic have been killed in a crush after a nearby explosion caused panic. The blast on the second day of the high school finals on Wednesday occurred at an electricity transformer. Almost 6,000 students sitting the baccalaureate at a school in the capital ran in a panic, causing the crush. President Faustin Archange Touadéra has declared a period of national mourning. Police in Ecuador have recaptured the country's most wanted fugitive, drug lord Adolfo Marcias Villamar. Marcias, also known by the alias Fito, is the leader of the Los Choneros, a powerful criminal gang which is blamed for Ecuador's transformation from a tourist haven to a country with one of the highest murder rates in the region. He is also suspected of having ordered the assassination of presidential candidate Fernando Villavicencio in 2023. North Korea is opening a beach resort that its leader Kim Jong-un hopes will boost tourism in the secretive communist regime. Wonsan Kalma on the east coast will open to domestic tourists on the 1st of July, 6 years after it was due to be completed. It is unclear when it will welcome foreigners. Kim grew up in luxury in Wonsan, where many of the country's elite have private villas. State media claims the resort can accommodate up to 20,000 visitors, occupying a 4-kilometre stretch of beach, with hotels, restaurants, shopping malls and a water park. And the astronaut Shubhanshu Shukla has created history by becoming the first ever Indian to set foot on the International Space Station. A live broadcast showed the Axiom 4 mission docking with the orbiting laboratory and its 4-member crew crossing over to the ISS. Group Captain Shukla is only the second Indian to travel to space.
I wanted to take this opportunity to thank everyone who has been a part of this. I understand that this is not a personal accomplishment. It is a collective achievement of each and every one of you who has been a part of this journey.
And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the channel's studios in Lagos.